What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give this video a like, and if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now let's get into this video. Listen, it's time to stop doubting the Tennessee Titans, man. It's time to stop doubting the Tennessee Titans, man. Shout out to Derrick Henry, best running back in the NFL, most dominant running back in the NFL, and maybe most dominant running back we've seen in over a decade, man. Like I said, man, this guy deserves the nickname Beast Mode, man. He is definitely Beast Mode 2.0. He deserves that nickname. He's just a beast, man. There's no other way to describe him, man. You saw that stiff form he gave to my man Earl Thomas. There's nothing you can do about it, man. If Derrick Henry gets to that second level, it's GG. It's good. It's, run away. Get your moms. Like you gotta you stay away from Derrick Henry. If he's running full speed in your direction and you're a cornerback, if you're a safety, just bend over and take it, because that's the only thing you can do. Derrick Henry's a stud, and I love everything about this Tennessee Titans team, man. Listen, I live in Nashville. I never was a Titans fan. I lived half of my life in Queens, so never was a Giants fan, never was a Jets fan, not a Titans fan. Alright, it's definitely Hawks Nation. But at the end of the day, Derrick Henry, he's a full beast, man. And I love what the Tennessee Titans have going. They're a team that just plays 100%. From the beginning of the game, from kickoff. These guys, they give 100%. They play hard on both sides of the field. They run the ball. Ryan Tannehill is a beast in the play action. Mike Vrabel is one hell of a coach. I mean, I know there's no awards for like Coach of the Year talking playoffs, but I mean, Mike Vrabel he's just one hell of a coach from the Belichick tree. And, he just finds a way to get it done, man. I mean, a lot of people don't talk about the Titans' injuries that they had all year. Delaney Walker, right? One of the best tight ends in the NFL, right? He was injured, right? He missed most of the year again. Who they just plug in somebody named Juwan Smith. He gets busy, all right? You lose on Malcolm Butler. You sign Tremaine Brock. This Titans secondary doesn't skip a beat. They still get things done. So overall, man, listen, the Ravens were the hottest team in the entire NFL. I mean, I mean, listen, when I did my Ravens preview, I just went with the Ravens because they've been the best team all year. Now, I told you guys, if the Titans score points early and get a quick lead, it's going to be tough for the Ravens to win that game. I made sure I said that because that's how it really felt. But that's what the Ravens did. They got on the 14-0 lead, and the Ravens could never catch up, man. I mean, they were trailing 28-6 at one point. I mean, it was bad. It was ugly. And I mean, listen, man, this is one of the best playoff runs I ever seen. And technically, we can call it even before the playoffs happened. I mean, this was a team that could have really missed the playoffs. Like, they were really close to missing the playoffs. I was at the Saints game. So when they faced the Saints week 16, I was at that game. And, we weren't sure they were going to make the playoffs. They go next week. Texans rest their starters. Titans get a big W. Cool. They beat one division leader in their conference. Then they go next week in the wild card round. All right, go face the Patriots, the Patriots dynasty, the team that's been taking over the NFL for the past 2 decades. They slay the Patriots. They slay Belichick and Brady. Possibly the last time we see Brady. The best team in the NFL in the divisional round. Best team, hottest team. Big trust. They come out, what they do, they slay the Ravens. They dominate them. I mean, this is one of the best runs we've ever seen. If they go out next week and beat the Chiefs, this may be the best playoff run I've ever seen. We can talk about the Giants in 2007, but I don't know if you can top this, man. I really don't. And could you imagine Ryan Tannehill returning to Miami? but for the Super Bowl in another uniform, oh man, the amount of, man, that would be insane. That would be insane. But shout out to the Titans, man. As far as the Ravens, listen, it was the worst time to have a bad game. Lamar Jackson, he struggled a bit, but not all the blame should be on Lamar Jackson. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't entirely his fault. Now, 2 turnovers, listen, that fumble, you got to have better football awareness, better pocket awareness. You got to know what to do. That out route he threw in the second half, yeah, that out route wasn't a good out route. Was, behind the receiver. Carr read it, and you just gotta make a better play than that. I mean, you gotta read the defense a little bit better. And Kenny Vaccaro, he read that perfectly and capped it off an interception. But there was a lot of drops. Okay, I mean, I don't know where everybody's hands went, but I mean, if your name wasn't Hollywood Brown, you struggled if you were a Ravens wideout. I mean, you had tight ends not ready for the ball. I mean, Hayden Hurst, there was one play where I remember Hayden Hurst, he ran a perfect seam route, and Lamar Jackson threw him a perfect ball in stride. He just didn't turn his head around. I mean, everything that could go wrong went wrong when he came to the Ravens. Like I said, if you can't stop Derrick Henry, man, it's going to be a long day. And they couldn't stop Derrick Henry. And like I said, this is a game where I really would like to see Tony Jefferson play. Because Tony Jefferson, he's that extra safety that you bring up in the box to lay a big hit, to make that big tackle. Now, I'm not saying that Tony Jefferson, could stop Derrick Henry, because like I said, man, Derrick Henry, that guy's a monster. He's a machine. I don't know one person, not one defender is stopping Derrick Henry. Like, let's cut it out. But overall, man, I think he would have helped. That's no shade to Chuck Clark, because I think Chuck Clark's been playing well, but it's levels to this, man. But overall, Ravens struggle on both sides of the field. I think this is one of the worst coaching games I've seen John Harbaugh had. I mean, I raved about John Harbaugh all year, about him doing an excellent job coaching. OC Greg Roman struggled. I mean, it just wasn't the best performance. Mark Ingram was injured. Mark Andrews was injured. They were banged up, and they just got outplayed, man. They just got outplayed from beginning to end. So shout out to the Titans, tighten up. Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill. Shout out to the Titans defense, showing that energy from the beginning of the game. And yeah, man, that's that. What a great season by the Ravens, but all good things come to an end. But I expect to see you guys next year. Most likely going to have another QB, another young QB in your division named Jim Burrow. So we'll see how that plays out. But overall, man, this Ravens team, they're going to be here to stay. That's just my opinion. But shout out to the Titans, man. Now let's get to the other games. Listen, let's cover this Vikings and 49ers game real quick. Listen, I know I picked the Vikings to win, but the Niners, they shut that down quickly. You already got people in the comments saying, bang, bang, Niner gang. I mean, the fact that this came out my mouth makes me want to puke. I mean, listen, I really dislike Niners Nation. I really do. And, not just because I'm a Seahawks fan, but, it's like, where were y'all? I mean, from 2015 and 2017, I heard nothing about the 49ers. Ever since Colin Kaepernick and Jim Harbaugh left, I heard nothing from Niners Nation. I mean, I was hearing more about the Oakland Raiders than, the other team in the Bay, the 49ers. Listen, it's like all these 49ers fans just came out the closet and were like, oh yeah, we got Jimmy G, we got Kyle Shanahan, we're going to get it done. I mean, where were y'all? I heard nothing from Niners Nation until this year. Nothing. Now, I can't front as much as, I want to give y'all all the smoke. At the end of the day, man, Y'all came out and y'all showed that y'all were the better team. I just went with the Vikings just because Kirk Cousins was hot. Now, I thought since he went to the Dome of Death and got things done, he would get things done, over there in what's the 49ers stadium called? I keep on forgetting, man. They changed it up. It's not Candlestick anymore, man. I keep on forgetting. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. Listen, the Niners came out, at their home field and got things done. Ran the ball on the Vikings. Jimmy G played pretty well. I mean, he had the best game. I mean, he made some turnovers, but it didn't matter because Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense couldn't do shit. They couldn't do nothing. I mean, the pressure was there from Nick Bosa, Buckner, Armstead. It was pretty much a perfect game for the Niners, man. Besides Witherspoon getting dogged early in the game, I mean, it was pretty much the perfect game by the Niners. I mean, I'm not sure if that was a permanent move by the 49ers defense, benching Witherspoon for Mosley. But, overall, we'll see how that plays out. Quan Alexander is back. He came out, had a pretty good game. Fred Warner. As much as I hate to say this, man, the Niners look like a complete team on the offensive side and the defensive side. But overall, man, it's still Seahawks Nation. I know Niners fans, they're gonna talk their shit. Listen, your day is coming, man. Your day is coming. Y'all, as long as y'all win the Super Bowl, I'm alright. Y'all alright, and I have a big feeling that y'all not going to even make it to the Super Bowl. I think the NFC Championship game it's definitely y'all death day. But at the end of the day, y'all came out, y'all dominated Kirk Cousins, Mike Zimmer, the head coach that was getting all the hype going to the week. Just got out coached. He just did. Y'all ran the ball. Tevin Coleman, Rasheem Mostert. Listen. Y'all really didn't have to pass the ball at all. It was just a running game dominating. And I haven't really seen that much of Matt Breida lately. It looks like Tevin Coleman and Rasheem Mostert are the lead backs. I mean, Tevin Coleman was getting most of the carries. I believe he got 22 carries last week against the Vikings. So, if that's how y'all want to go, that's how y'all want to go. But, listen, Kyle Shanahan, he always goes with the hot hand. And it was Tevin Coleman last week. So, overall, man, the 49ers, really good team. Yeah, man. As much as I hate to say, the 49ers are a really good team. And they came out, they dominated the Vikings. As far as the Vikings, listen. I mean, y'all made it to the playoffs. Kirk Cousins won a big game, but it's like, as much as I really can't blame this all on Kirk Cousins, but at the end of the day, man, you could have done more than just split up 10 points. Like, come on. Now, I know the 49ers defense is legit and all, but come on now. Just 10 points. 10 points, really. Anyway, man. We'll see what the Vikings do. There's really not much to speak about for the Vikings. I mean, who knows what they do. Dalvin Cook, he pretty much got shut down for most of the game. I mean, the Vikings just got outplayed from kickoff. I mean, there really isn't nothing to speak about. And like I said, I know I picked the Vikings to win because, I mean, they were hot and, like, how Kirk Cousins played in the Dome and how that defense was getting pressured. I mean, it really felt like the Vikings could have made a run. But the 49ers just shut all that down. Danielle Hunter, Everson Griffin hurt nothing of them. I mean, like I said, 49ers just came out and showed that they were the better team. As simple as that. Let's get to that last game, though. Let's get to the Texans and Chiefs. Listen. This game was one of the most bipolar games I've seen all year long. I mean, listen, there's nothing to get to. Texans, there's no reason that you guys should have blown a 24-0 lead. They really blown a 24-0 lead. Listen, I watched the game. Entertaining game. Like I said, man, going into the game, we're really going to get a lot of Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes for the next decade. I mean, two of the best young quarterbacks in the game. You know, two studs. But, you know, overall, it looked like Deshaun Watson and Bill O'Brien were finna, you know, get the 1-0 lead. I really thought that Deshaun Watson and Bill O'Brien were going to come out and they were going to dominate. And it looked like it. It looked like it, man. The Chiefs, they were the huge favorites going into the game. But, I mean, the Texans, they came out. Deshaun Watson threw a bomb to Kenny Stills. They block a punt. Chiefs dropping passes. Travis Kelce, DeMarcus Robinson dropping everything. Tyreek Hill muffin punts. I mean, it was a total travesty going on in the Chiefs Nation and Chiefs Kingdom. But what happens? Patrick Mahomes gets hot. Bill O'Brien, he goes for it on a 4th down and his own 25-yard line, doesn't get it, and the Kansas City Chiefs just turned into the Golden State Warriors. I mean, for real, the Kansas City Chiefs are equivalent to a basketball team that loves to run a fast break. I mean, they're really a basketball team, because when they get hot, they get hot. I mean, this Chiefs team is pretty much the 2016 Golden State Warriors, where they get hot and it's really hard to stop them, man. Now, Deshaun Watson came out and balled out, and I love me some Deshaun Watson, and you know, I wanted to defend him, but at the end of the day, I know the Chiefs' momentum was, you know, it was getting out of pocket, man. Like, when the Chiefs came out and scored 24 unanswered points and tied it up, I mean, it was hard to go into, you know, going to Kansas City and try to answer it back. But at the end of the day, you're a superstar quarterback yourself. You got maybe the best receiver in NFL on your team. I mean, you got to find a way how to slow it down. And it looked like going to halftime, they were going to get some points. I mean, Watson throws a quick bomb to Hopkins down the field in less than 10 seconds. But the Chiefs hold them. And when I saw the Texans field goal kick and miss the kick, I knew that it was GG from there. That they scored 20 unanswered points, and they the Chiefs went to halftime with the lead. You know, it was game over from there. It was. I mean, the Texans had no answer for Patrick Mahomes. They had no answer for Travis Kelce. I mean, Travis Kelce was just getting open every other play. I mean, listen, I knew this Texans team wasn't a complete team. They were the worst team left in the playoffs, if you ask me, just from top to bottom. They were the worst team. I mean, it was Watson, Hopkins, and bust, because J.J. Watt, he's still not 100%. You trade Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, this is a game where you could see why Clowney was missed, man. They had no pass rush. No pass rush at all. They were trying to get as much pass rush as they did. They didn't want to blitz because that would have left a receiver wide open. I mean, they couldn't cover without a blitz. I mean, how were they going to cover with a blitz? So, you know, overall, man, it was just a mismatch from the beginning. And it just shows how great this Chiefs team is, man. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs defense even starting to play with a little bit of energy. They just got things done. They did. And, man, we were so quick. We were getting ready to bury Andy Reid and call him the biggest head coach choker in the playoffs ever. I mean, I was getting to that point. I was like, yo, Andy Reid might be the biggest choker we ever seen. And we were about to air out Patrick Mahomes, saying that he's nothing but a regular season quarterback. But it came out, they answered the bell, and they got things done. So shout out to Chiefs Kingdom. Y'all can be you know, a bit annoying at times, but at the end of the day, y'all have a great team. Y'all do. Great quarterback, the best offensive mind in the entire NFL. You know, a beast receiving core, when it comes to Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, Hardman. I mean, you guys have a lot of talent, man. I mean, if you guys had a star running back, if you guys still had Kareem Hunt, this would be easily the most complete offense ever, if you ask me. But, overall, man, that's that. Man, I mean, what a great week of divisional football. It's like I said, y'all not getting the Seahawks and Green Bay Packers reaction in this vid because I did a separate video, of course, on that. So make sure you check that out. But overall, man, entertaining games. Besides the Vikings and Niners game, a lot of the games came up. They made you think a bit. They made you think. But overall, man, the fact that the Texans, you're up 24-0 and you end up losing by 20 plus points, it just shows that there needs to be some changes. There needs to be some changes. Whereas Bill O'Brien get fired, I don't know. I really don't. The Texans, they need to improve their defense, of course. I mean, they need some more talent on the defensive side, especially in the secondary. I mean, every other play was big plays down the field. They need a pass rush. I mean, they really got to retool this team. Of course, you got to keep on working on that offensive line. But, overall, you still got Deshaun Watson. You still got Hopkins. You got a good running game in Carlos Hyde, Duke Johnson, Will Fuller, Kenny Stills. You got some talent. I just, need to build that defense. I don't know if Bill O'Brien is the coach. I really don't. But, overall, man, we'll see how it plays out. But overall, what a great week of football. Looking forward for NFC championship weekend, man. Titans versus Chiefs, Packers versus Niners. Can't wait for it. You guys gonna get previews tomorrow for the game, so looking out for that. But that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm the Phenomenal One, and I'm out. Deuces.